Hi there. Hi, I'm Saju Joseph, and this is my lovely wife, Jane Joseph. And first of all, just want to let you know how excited we are to do our second video on Zion City YouTube channel. And today in this video, we're going to talk about a topic called living in the present. But before that, I just want to ask Jane, how does she feel? Like, what is your feeling? Just doing this once again. I know it's a little awkward for us. It took a while for us to get adjusted to looking at a camera and talk. So yeah, just to let me know what has been your overall experience so far, just starting this YouTube channel and beginning to talk to people like.
Yeah, I both of us are people. We love conversations and having that one-on-one with people and meeting and I don't think we're extroverts, but yeah, we a little bit of both, introvert and extrovert, but we love engaging and conversations and talking about deep stuff. And so I think it's good just to kind of at the onset, just clarify that these videos are not about like some groundbreaking discovery or mind-blowing facts or philosophies or anything like that. It's just from our personal experience, reflections and food for thought and stuff. And so, yeah, for me, like personally, I feel I even though it's a camera, but I know, you're watching us, and just to know that there are, like, you're listening and you get this opportunity where we can just share from our personal lives is it's a privilege. It's fun, and doing it together is even more fun. So
yeah, and honestly for me, like, I don't think I'm taking any pressure in terms of concising it. I just want it to be a conversation between me and Jane, because Zion City, the whole vision of Zion City is to just build those thriving communities, communities that talk to each other, communities that share values and, share ideas and flourish. So yeah, so that's the whole idea. So honestly, we're not taking, we're not kind of under pressure to keep it limited to a certain time duration. So we are free to just go on and on, even if it exceeds like an hour or so.
You can forward.
You can forward, you can go fast. Skip, do a 1.5x speed and just listen to us. Anyways, okay. So just coming back to our topic, like we said that we want to talk about living in the present. And actually this conversation started a couple of days back when Jane and we were traveling in Dubai, and we had our boys. So we have two boys, Jairus, who's 13, and Amaze, who is 10-year-old. And we realized that there were times when we were not really enjoying our moments, because I personally felt like we were letting the external things to affect us. Like, we made some plans, and when it was not happening the way we wanted it to happen, all of a sudden, like, we were sulking and we were not really enjoying just the togetherness of being. And then there are other moments when we were thinking about the past, and there were moments when we were worrying about the future. And and then that's when we both decided, okay, let's talk about it. Like, what is it? Why is it important for us to live in the moment? And so that's something that we want to kind of talk in this video.
Yeah, and I think Mumbai is a city where, like, everything is so fast, and even like speaking to our friends who are not from here, not from Mumbai, and those who are even those who are from here, I think everyone would say that it's just like this continuous, like, there's this hustle and bustle and everything moving at such a fast rate. Like, you feel Monday, it's Monday, the start, like Sunday just began, and then before you know it, it's already, the week has gone by and it's Saturday. So we can in wink of an eye. But like, if you're talking about living in the moment, like for me, I'll just tell, like, from my what it's like for me. If you picture a headless chicken running around like crazy, that's how that's me. That was me for
headless.
this chicken running around, at least for a long time. And I think even now, sometimes, like as you said, there are lots of times that, though it's hard to admit that that's how it is, and instead of forget about living in the moment, it's just like, I'm barely surviving, and the problem is that, like, as I would continue at that rapid pace, soon enough, I would grow impatient and snappy with the kids, or at Saju, or, because I feel like, okay, my space is invaded, I'm interrupted, and whatever other reason. And so I realized that what I'm doing is that I'm trading the opportunity of being in the present and just savoring the moment for the goal of being more productive and efficient, because I feel like, okay, I'm that kind of a person, so like, that, like, I want to, my day needs to be productive. I need to make sure that, everything has been ticked off, and like it looks, I've achieved this, but really our lives are not just about the accomplishments and activities, and I think the events and all of that, like, all of that is there, but life is also so much more. It's made up of these simple moments, right? So I feel like so which we take for granted, or sometimes we just kind of overlook.
Yeah, that's true. I think I was listening to I was reading this article, and it says the secret to health and success. Someone wrote secret to health and success, and I wrote it down. It says not to mourn for the past, okay, and or worry about the future and anticipate troubles. I think that's exactly what we do, right?
Yeah.
Oftentimes I feel like for us, and even for people, like, the reason we don't enjoy our present moment is because we are so much mourning and dwelling in our past, what happened, how people treated me, or the failures that we went through, or ups and downs that we went through, and then that carries on, and then you kind of give yourself an identity based on that. And then that's the identity that you're living even at that present moment, and therefore you're not enjoying life, because you're thinking of yourself as a failure, you're thinking of yourself as a nobody, so that's one. And then the other extreme is when we are like, kal kya hoga, what will we eat, like we think about
the future,
the future, like to kind of work or business or money and all of that. But so I think I like that. And then when I read that article, I said, of course, really, if we can, even our health for that matter goes for a toss. So if we really want to be healthy, want to be have a successful mindset, it is important that we live in the present.
That is so true. I know that, like, for a lot of us, again, for me as well, when, like, I'm dwelling in the past, and thinking about old hurts, fears, what could have been, what could be done or undone, I'm really, like, most of the time, then you just end up sulking or being glum and feeling so miserable, and because the fact is that you can't change what has already happened, but like, and worrying about what will potentially happen, because I'm worrying about the future. It leaves me feeling more anxious, but the thing is, there's no guarantee that there will be a tomorrow. Like, I'm not thinking like what I'm thinking about that tomorrow, but there's no guarantee that there will be that tomorrow, right? And I'm anticipating for something like that I'm not in control of. So and I love that. Like, and it's not to say that you need to just be blissful and don't bother about making goals or plans. That's all there. But I think the problem is that we worry even after doing all that's necessary. Like, all that's necessary is done, and I'm still worrying. And I love there's this this popular verse from the Bible in Matthew chapter 6 verse 34 that says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Sufficient for the day is its own troubles." And I love that, because when you're brooding over the past, or you're feeling so distressed about the future, you are that's only doing one thing. It's leaving you anxious, and it keeps you from enjoying, from living, really enjoying living in that moment, I think.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's really cool. I think for me, I honestly, we started enjoying our life when we learned to appreciate like what's happening now in our lives. Like, I think we've been able to move from there. Like there were, after we got married, there were times when we were dwelling on our past, worrying about the future. But slowly, steadily, we kind of shifted gears, and I think, there are moments when we are not in the present. But I feel like we have, we've kind of realized the importance of living in the moment and enjoying it, and therefore working towards it every single day. So I mean, thanks for sharing that. Okay, let me ask you, and you can, if you want to add, you can ask. But I was just thinking that, okay, fine. So now we know that living in the present is important. How do we do it? Like, have you been able to think, what are things that can help us live in the present? Like, you have some thoughts on that?
I think to start with, it's a mindset, and I think an attitude, right? The kind of attitude, like we cannot control what happens to us, but we can definitely control how we think, our thoughts, our perceptions, our reactions. And one of the things that has helped me, and is helping me, not helped, I'm using present continuous, it's helping me to really live in the moment, is to train myself to kind of to be in the moment by, like, when there's this thought, when like just to control my thought in that moment. For instance, like when I'm realizing that my mind is drifting into the past or the future, and I start worrying, that's like a wake-up call for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pause now, and I'm going to realign my thoughts and focus on the present right now, like to be more aware and be more mindful, because like just to just soak in everything what's happening, right? Like whether it's think about the conversation I'm having with you or with a friend, or whether it is just breathing in the smell of that delicious butter chicken that it just made, or the matar paneer or whatever, or even like having that hard conversation with the teenager on that difficult topic, or
and even nature, like sometimes we ignore going out on a walk,
taking mental picture of your surroundings,
like, looking at that bird that just flew, like just staring at the sky and at the moon, like look at the moon. So I think
do you remember when we were at the hotel, we had, like, when we went to Dubai, we were staying at this hotel, and there's this huge buffet that was set before us, and different counters with different foods, and there was this one chef at one of the counters, and I and my younger son Amazia was there. Like he looked like a machine. He looked like he was working with 4 or 6 hands, because just going at such a fast pace and executing everything so meticulously. Like he was dishing out we were like 6 or 7 of us standing waiting for our order to place, and then he hands out our plate, and we were like, all we said was, you're doing a brilliant job. This is amazing what you're doing. Just keep it up, and thank you for, and that just lit up his face. And the next day he met us, he greeted us and asked us, okay, how's your stay? And I think it just feels good that you make someone's day, but you have to be so aware of, like, and you
also draw inspiration, right? When you watch someone doing his job with excellence, and just watch him, it just kind of inspires you at that moment.
It's easy to get distracted on your phone or do something else, but then you can choose to, let's just stand and watch what he's doing. So.
So what would be your first point? Like, can you kind of give me like a one line?
Just to pause, realign your thoughts.
Pause and realign your thoughts.
When
think of the present.
And focus on the present. Just catch yourself.
Okay.
I think that helps me.
Cool.
What about you?
So thank you for sharing that. So let me add to that. So I was also writing something. So I wrote, like, one of the things that we can live in the present is by forgiving and forgetting the past hurts. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like if you had a bad past, if you've been through something, if you've experienced something painful, oftentimes we are not enjoying our moment is because we have not forgiven the person who did something to us, or we have not forgotten the circumstances that were so painful and so hard on us. And I feel like my next point would be to live in the present. We have to be able to identify our past hurts and those circumstances and be able to forgive and forget. And if we do that, then we are definitely enjoying the present. So that's like my thing. Like, what else? Is there anything else? What else? How we can?
Yeah, something else. I think also, what helps us is, I think, to have an attitude of gratitude, which is another. It's a key thing, because we have the ability to rewire our brains to find the good despite the circumstance, right? Like, there may be chaos happening around us or peace surrounding us, but I think we can practice that gratitude and you count your blessing. And I think we spoke that in that previous video. Like, for me, being on that hospital bed when I was so critically ill and in so much of pain and agony, and I'm on that hospital bed, I think that one of the things, there were so many things, but one of the things that kept me from growing bitter in that about that situation was to ask myself that question: what can I really be grateful for at this moment? What can I be thankful for? And yeah, there were so many things, like to have such wonderful doctors care for me, for a wonderful staff, right? And to have my parents watch our boys while we were at the hospital and manage everything at home, to have you be by my bedside, to just have God provide for our every need, meet all our expense, because it is very expensive. Hospitalization, surgery, all of that, y'all would know. So there were things I could, virtually, and so that shifted the focus from me I don't have this, or I can't be this, or I can, to what do I have? Like, what is it that I can be grateful? So I think that is, something that really...
Cool. So we have 3 points. 1, pause and reflect. Forgive and forget. Attitude of gratitude. Cool. Let me add 4th. I think we can also enjoy a present moment when we love what we are doing in the present. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I'm in a position where I am doing a certain kind of a job, or I'm working for a certain kind of a company where I'm not really enjoying it, that's not the place where I'm supposed to be, that's not the kind of job, or that's not the kind of career I need to pursue, and I am just so unhappy in that situation, then I'm not living in the present and I'm not enjoying, because I'm always cribbing about it, I'm always complaining about it. So I think it's important that we love. So what it means, which means if you or anyone, like, if that is giving you a joy or happiness, then think of something else. Think of another job, think of another company, but put yourself in a place, do the kind of job that you love, because as you love what you do and you put your whole heart into it, you then learn to live in the present, because you're just enjoying that present moment. You're enjoying the feel of, you're not in the morning, you're not getting up and saying, again I have to go to work, but you're saying, okay, I've got one more day and I'm so excited to go to work. So then you look forward to it because you enjoy, or because you love what you're doing. You just decide to yourself that you're going to enjoy the day and that present moment.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like that.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah, that's so true. And I think that kind of also, because it helps you to think beyond your circumstance, beyond your problem.
Yeah.
It helps you to kind of look, like, just to have that the bigger picture in mind. I think when you're traveling by plane, you're in that air flight, and on the airplane, and you look out, and just when the plane is about, you see everything, like, it's just you get a bird's eye view of the whole, and you feel like you're just this little speck, and everything, it just looks so small. You just feel definitely, we're not saying that undermining everything that you're going through, but there is a season through everything, the season of difficulty, and then there are seasons where you also enjoy. So I love that.
Cool.
I love that.
What else? Anything else on how we can enjoy a moment?
And about how, but I think why it's important, I was just pondering about that, and like to live also in the moment, is that life is so unpredictable. When you least expect it, you're faced with illness, loss of job, death, an accident, just suddenly caught off guard, like all kinds of this hardship just strikes, and you're like, oh my gosh. And so I think it's so important to just live to enjoy what you have at this moment. All you have is this moment. So really to make the most of that and enjoy it.
I have two more. How to live in the present.
Go for it.
Okay. So my next one is how to live in the present. I thought it's by dreaming about the future. Right? Because we said that sometimes we, of course we don't worry, but we can dream about our future. Like you can dream of the place that I want to be. You can dream of the business that you want to do. You can dream of the career that you want to, stuff like that. Because I feel like in my moments of frustrations in my earlier years, what kept me going and what kept me excited was dreaming about this business, dreaming about the business that I want to start. You remember, my job never gave me any satisfaction, but I would come home and say, you know what, Jane, today, and I had a book, I had a diary, and I liked writing, and this is 5, 6, 7 years back, writing down of what kind of business I want to do. If I get an office, what kind of office I would like to have. So those are the things that, I kept kind of dreaming about, and then that kept me excited. So I think, we enjoy when we go through tough times, we make the most of our present moment when we dream about the future. Because
how would you say that would help you to savor the moment, like to be present in the moment?
Because at the
because that's not really. We're talking about living in the moment, and you're saying let's dream about. Let me think about it. Such wise words, explain it more because I don't get it.
Okay, I'm getting it. I'm going to tell you. Let me make something. So when I say dreaming about the future and how that helps me with my present, I can only share from my own experience how it helps me in my present is because just let's admit that not all present moments are pleasant moments. Can be pleasant moments, right? There are moments you want to enjoy the moment, but it's just not pleasant because my wife is in the hospital. There's not enough money in the bank account, right? So what happens at that moment is I can easily give in to that sorrow and not enjoy the moment. But what I'm saying is dreaming about the future is where when I'm going through that, I embrace it and I am going through that. But at the same time, I am hoping and thinking that one day my wife will be out of the hospital and she will be normal. I am hoping and dreaming that one day I will have a better job and therefore I will make a good income and I will have enough money to enjoy life. So that's what I meant by, dreaming about the future to help us live in the present.
What do you think about it? Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Okay.
When you spoke about, you mentioned joy, like you can't have. I believe that there's this link between joy and being in the present. And I know there are quite a few people who would think that to be joyful, it's that depends on, the good things that happen to you, or it depends on how much you have. Like having a big bank balance or owning the best of things. But if that was true, then all the wealthiest people in the world would be the happiest. We know that's not the case.
Yeah.
So, but I think to be able, when we are in that, when we're savoring that moment, when we are in present, that we can also find contentment and, be happy in that.
Yeah.
moment.
Cool. Yeah. So one more to go. I have one more stuff, and I think it's all from my own experience, because what I was doing is I was just kind of thinking. I was just writing down pointers that, why I don't enjoy my present moments. So I was just writing why do I not enjoy, and that's how I came up with this list. One other thing I feel like that sometimes I'm not enjoying my present moment is because I've not put effort in conquering my addictions and the habits that I have, unhealthy habits that I have developed from the past. I am still addicted to a certain kind of lifestyle that never gave me joy, and that addiction continues to have. So I want to enjoy my present moment, but I am so addicted to something that is not unhealthy, and I'm giving into it again and again, and therefore I don't. And also habits, so there are some habits that we develop that just doesn't allow me to kind of, if so, like for example, if my lifestyle, my habits are so that I usually just constantly I'm giving into entertainment. That's the habit that I'm drawing from the past. And all the time I get up in the morning, I'm on my phone. I come to work, I'm on my phone. I go back home, I'm watching the TV. It's just a habit because that's how I know how to live. And what happens is when I'm doing that, I'm not enjoying the present moments. Like morning could be such a good time of reflection and prayer and meditation. But you know what? Because I have a habit of getting up and picking up my phone, I just do that, and I'm kind of giving into that. Or I'm addicted to something. Okay. So what do you think? Don't you think that we kind of not enjoy our present moments because we have not conquered our past addictions and bad habits, right? And I felt like, okay, then what do I need to do? Because I envision that one day I want to be a person who's living in the moment. I have to deliberately work on those things. I have to work on kind of growing out of it, out of those habits and addictions, slowly and steadily. Of course, it's not going to happen like tomorrow. It never happens. It's like the resolutions people make that I'm going to do tuck. But it doesn't work that way. It just have to be taken very slowly, because habits has taken time to develop, and therefore to get rid, it will take time. But always thinking about it, always kind of wanting to be in that place helps.
Yeah, and I think we spend so much time, like how you said, in things that matter less, and are actually distractions. It may be good things, like phone is not a bad thing, entertainment is not a bad thing, doing but I think when you spend too much time in it, or you use that so excessively that you miss out in these passing moments, just goes fleeting by, then you feel like that was a waste, and you're just
cool. So maybe so that's a good conversation to have with you. We always have these conversations, but it's kind of a little awkward to sit in a room and have this conversation in front of the video and just put it out there in the world for everyone to see. But still, I think we are enjoying. So let me just close it by asking you a question again. Okay? What is it that you're enjoying at this moment?
This present moment. I am enjoying just sitting here with you, to be able to share my thoughts and share not just with you, but so many others who are maybe watching or listening, to be able to do this together, I think is such a joy, because we make a great team. So I love this moment that we have together.
Cool. Thank you for your last closing words. with that, this video is coming to an end, but we have more videos. I want you to look at the section here, and you can see our past videos listed down here, and there's a subscribe button right below me, and please do subscribe, because we are planning to making a commitment to post a video every Tuesdays and every Fridays. So yeah, so we're making a commitment, okay, to post on every Tuesdays and Fridays. So only if you subscribe, you will get those notifications. You will get to see it. If you enjoy this conversation, please like and comment, share your thoughts. How maybe you have something, how you enjoy your present moment. Please do let us know, and also share with your friends. But yeah, don't forget to go to this video if you have not seen it. There are more videos coming, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, with that, see you. Have a wonderful day.